Hello, my name is Joel, and this is my story. So, I went to PLU. I started in 2014, and when I went to school, I had gone in undeclared, but I was intended theater, and so I had like a theater counselor, and she kind of helped me with like auditions and things like that. But funnily enough, I ended up I never took a theater class. I took like I took one intro theater to class for basically an art credit, but I didn't really follow through with it. I kind of stayed undeclared for my first 2 years in school, and then I kind of settled with business. I decided to go business marketing as my concentration, and I studied that with a minor in anthropology. So that was what I studied in college, but while I was at PLU, I spent a lot of time involved still in theater, doing shows, and I held a multitude of jobs, which is a lot of fun. I worked for residential life there. I worked first as a front desk worker for the residence hall that I lived in, and I did that all 4 years. Then my sophomore year, I joined a group called Residence Hall Association, and I served as the public relations director there. And basically what I did there was I was the liaison between RHA and the student body, and I advertised for all the events that we would put on the on-campus events. I would help the PR directors for each of the residence halls we had on campus kind of put on their events and held monthly meetings, kind of be like, hey, what's going on with your hall? How can I help? What are, these are the resources we have. That was a lot of fun because it really connected me very personally with essentially just the student body at PLU, and that was one of my favorite parts of being in school there. And then after my year serving as a PR director, I became an RA. I became a resident assistant for the hall that I lived in. And by the way, I lived in that same hall for all 4 years, which was also really cool in and of itself. And I did the RA job for 2 years, and it was a great way to really get to know the wing of students that I had. I had my first year as a junior, I never had first years. I always had returners. So that was a lot of fun. Looking back on it, I kind of wish I had first years because as a first generation student myself, first in the family, a lot of my love for my school and the hall that I lived in all 4 years came from my RA that I had my first year. He was super welcoming, super kind, and I wish I had been an RA for first years because I kind of wish that I was in that position to help incoming students and first years feel a lot more a part of the community. But anyways, that was kind of a tangent. That was basically my PLU life. I graduated in May with my bachelor's in business administration with my concentration in marketing and my minor in anthropology. Since then, I've been doing what I'm sure hundreds of thousands of other college students are doing, which is looking for work, and it feels so impossible sometimes, but I have been fortunate enough to kind of find something temporary right now. I'm working as an accounting assistant for a family friend's little accounting firm. While I'm enjoying the skills that I'm learning there in a business sense, it quickly dawned on me how important it is to really follow what you love to do. I had mentioned at the beginning of the video that I went into PLU as an intended theater major, but I didn't stick with it because I was essentially afraid that I would fail, that I wasn't good enough, and that it held me back. I still was involved with theater and did shows, as I was an actor in shows, but I wasn't studying theater, which is really what I wanted to do. And ever since I got out of school, and especially ever since I started this accounting assistant job, all I can ever think about is acting and being on stage and taking classes, doing whatever I can. I know that's where I want to be. And I had chosen the marketing concentration as kind of a foot in the door for the entertainment world. So, I would have hopefully a stable job with a playhouse or some kind of production company, being surrounded with the arts while still auditioning for things. But still, I often wonder if I should have just gone through with the theater degree. But you know, what's done is done. I don't necessarily regret anything, but you know, sometimes those what ifs creep into my mind. I guess my message for anyone going into college or that is in college right now and they're maybe undecided or maybe they're not liking what they're studying right now, I'm sure you've heard it 1,000 times, but I swear to you, you will be so much happier if you study what you love. Please, 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 please do that. And if you don't know what it is, like, just try different things. Whether it's like sitting in on a class, or maybe trying a play, or picking up an instrument, or, you know, just asking questions. There's always ways to kind of get into that avenue, you know? So really, really, really study what you love, or else you're not gonna be as happy as you could be, I should say. Going forward, I was kind of talking about it earlier, I'm definitely looking to get much more serious into acting. I'm taking an improv class right now in Lakewood, which is a whole lot of fun, and is actually taught by one of my closest friends. And I'm looking to take as many more as I can. I'm hoping that I can use that marketing degree, like I was saying earlier, to kind of get my foot in the door for that world. Like, if I got a marketing job or a public relations job or like some social media manager job for, like, you know, local playhouses, that would be awesome, because even if I can't necessarily be acting on stage all the time, at least I'm still in that environment, and I know that's where I would be the happiest. So that's kind of the plan going forward. That has been my story so far, a very quick rendition of it. I guess my biggest point to this is really, please do what you love to do. One of my teachers in high school said something that has always kind of stuck with me, which was, do what you love and the money will follow. And that's really something that I wish I had adhered to more while I was in school. So many people told me that, you know, you really have to do what you love to do. You have to do what you love to do. That's what I'm telling you. But really, if you don't, and that time passes, you're gonna be where I am right now. And it's not a bad place, but it's definitely not where you feel like you should be. And I'm only 22. It's not like, you know, I am short on time, but I think really doing some self-reflection and thinking about who you are, what your skills are, what your passions are and interests are, and learning how to build on those and really find something that works for you is so life enhancing. And I know me, I know that if I'm not involved in theater or the arts, I'm not gonna be 100%. And I am sure that everyone, whatever their love is, if they're not at least somehow participating in it, will feel the same way. So anyways, I'm rambling now, but that has been my college experience so far. Make the most of yours, and thank you for listening.